last of the people, my heart beat true. Led by the hollow as arrows flew. Forge your heart like the iron bar, strong and renewed. And turn your back on the world that has turned it on you. And we'll walk, walk, walk for all our days. And never again shall the elven be bound as a shambling slave.
Hello, y'all. How you feeling? Welcome to a new session of Dragon Age D&D. New campaign set in the past. Oh good, I can hear myself on there. We're good then. I'm not worried. I'm gonna
I
turn
also
that
just double checked.
off. Hopefully we don't have issues like that last time. So, before we actually get
Recording
into...
in progress.
Thank you. Before we get into the... So before the actual gameplay, the very first thing I'm going to have you guys do is make your first rolls. I need you all to make death saves and put the answer in your character channels on Discord. You can share this after session, but for now, just keep it to yourselves.
How many?
Just until you have a result.
Ah.
Yep. So I will keep an eye out to see when y'all have your answers in. Oop.
Can I ask the noob question of a reminder about how death saves work?
So I want you guys to
enough.
actually roll all, like, the whole 3 that you need to get the result. Not just the save, like, the one save.
So you're gonna roll d20s.
Holly, are we doing nat 1 equals 2 fails, nat 20 equals 2 successes?
Sure.
Okay.
So basically, just tell me if you're dead or alive.
You said our character channel?
Yep.
Okay.
I think you're the last one I need. Oh, no. There's on. Okay. So yeah, just waiting on you, Joey. Okay. So, that roll is the outcome for your character in the game. You are going into this knowing what happens to your character. But also know, because of the way that I am, you are not going to, if you died, you're not going to die until the very end. So don't worry about having to roll up another sheet. So, now that y'all know how your character's story ends, we can get into what leads to that. Only 15 years after Thedas was ravaged by the Second Blight, the people of the Glory Age faced new turmoil. War has broken out between the elven clans of the Dales and the Orlesian Empire, backed by the Chantry and divine Renata I. No one knows how the conflict began. The Orlesians will claim that the elves struck first, attacking the town of Red Crossing after yet another border dispute. The elves, however, will say that humans made the first move in an attempt to further oppress their people. 9 years later, the war continues to rage on. The elves are losing ground, and the Orlesian Empire grows stronger each day. As for all of you, you find yourselves in darkness, just the tiniest hint of dim light at your peripherals. The scent of smoke fills the air as the sounds of muffled voices and the clanking of metal against metal flits around you in every direction. When you try to move, you find yourselves restrained, hands tied behind your back. You're unsure of how long you've been bound like this, hours, possibly even days for some of you. There's a sound of rustling fabric before each of you is grabbed by the elbow and yanked up to your feet. They push you forward, causing you to stumble in your blindness before they take hold of you once more and guide you along. The voices grow louder around you, and a few moments later, the terrain changes under your feet, turning from rough dirt and gravel to smooth wooden planks. The voices are shouting now, cheering almost. You're stopped suddenly and forced to your knees. The sound of heavy boots approach from behind you, and you feel the rough fibers of a rope as it's pulled down around your neck. And the crowd goes quiet. Footsteps are heard as someone passes by each of you before a voice rings out. My comrades, we are blessed by the Maker himself this day. Our enemies continue to fall back, but we are not fooled. They send assassins, interlopers, and saboteurs into our camps. But the Maker sees all and knows every intent. He granted our troops great perception and the ability to capture our enemies before they could strike. And now they shall die for their crimes against the Chantry and against Orlais. As he finishes his speech, the burlap is pulled from your heads, revealing your faces to the crowd of cheering Orlesian soldiers. Rosie, if you would please start with describing your character for us. We cannot hear you.
Hold on.
Oh, there you are.
Now?
Yep.
Okay. Siobhan is a woman in her late 40s. She's about 5'5", between 5'5", 5'7". Very muscular, but still has like a little bit of a mom bod. She has big brown eyes and a close cropped pixie cut of chocolate brown hair. She has a spray of freckles across her face.
All right. Next person is Katie.
Hercule is a Kunari. He's about 7 foot tall. For a Kunari, he's relatively lean, but still a Kunari. He would be in his warden armor. Ooh, I don't know. He's got his cute little mustache. I don't know how he would usually be in a very, very well groomed, but I don't know. Depends on these circumstances. I don't know. Maybe his mustache is a mess, and he would be very upset about that.
He did just have a burlap sack over his head, so.
Yeah, he definitely has thought about that. It's a lot more comforting to think about the mustache not being in perfect like it should be than the circumstances. So.
All right, next up I have Lee.
Okay, I found the mute button. All right. Zakane is a sweet little boy in his early 20s. He has long ginger hair, blue eyes, I believe, and glasses. He is usually dressed very regal, very fancy, but now is probably dressed in something he's not used to, very uncomfortable. And he's just my sweet little angel boy.
Next I have M.
Evan is around 6 feet tall. He's got very curly brunette hair that is about shoulder length, tannish skin with a little bit of a mustache and goatee action happening, very short, hazel eyes, and white Algernon Vaseline. Very scrawny guy, very, very skinny.
Before we go further, I'm just want to make sure that the stream can hear you guys. I can't tell. Someone say something.
Talking, saying stuff.
Okay.
Low.
You guys are good. It's just not giving me like audio readings for that part of OBS. So we're good. No need to panic. All right. Next I have Ellie.
Lark is she's about average height, kind of like on the curvy side of muscular built. She's got tan skin, about collar length, wavy brown hair, brown eyes, and she has black Mythol Vaseline on her face. Dressed in like leathers and stuff like that. Yeah. She would normally have knives, but I'm sure that they've been taken from her in this instance. So she's like late 20s, early 30s kind of looking.
So I lied. I figured out what the problem was. They did not hear any of your descriptions. So we'll do you guys want to go through it again, or do you want to just drop character pictures?
Go and come back around.
Character pictures in the stream.
Yeah, because I can do that. It'll just take me a minute to set it up. I mean, they'll see it in I have the slideshow set up for all the breaks and starts screen, so we'll be fine.
It's running right now in the corner.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. So next I have Joey.
Thavi is she's a young elf woman. She's kind of taller for a Dalish elf. She's slim, thick, I guess you would say, muscular. She's wearing like the keeper robes, but she's got scale mail on over it. Lots of like wolf motifs to her armor. She's got long auburn hair that's braided into a coronet at the top of her head, and like really crazy like seawater green eyes that are kind of creepy. And her Vaseline is teal. It's the older style Gillian Vaseline, but it's like kind of elaborated upon, and she's also got it peeking out of her armor at the top, like on her collarbone. And she just looks pissed. Just murder in her eyes.
All right, last up is Sebastian.
Tamaris is also a Dalish elf. He is probably about average height. Tan skin, very long, dark braid, dark eyes. He is wearing green and like a rusty orange keeper's outfit, and has rusty orange Mythol Vaseline across his cheeks and his forehead, his chin, and they go down his neck and disappear under his collar as well. And he is baring his teeth at The crowd, slightly sharper teeth than perhaps normal, looking very pissed off.
All right. So the burlap is pulled off your heads, and you look out into the crowd as they continue to shout and cheer as the executioner approaches each of you, one by one, tightening the noose around your neck. At this point, what do you all want to do? How are you going to get yourselves out of this?
Hercule would have been looking for Limon the whole time here. Any sign? Does he have any memory of where she would be?
This is the part that I leave up to you guys. How you got caught is completely up to you.
What were we caught doing?
That's up to you. How were you caught? Why were you caught?
I gotta come up with some stupid reason for him. Give me a second.
I will say that whoever goes to put a noose over Lurk's head,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to lunge forward and fucking headbutt them. Full on just headbutt, right? Whether it's their stomach, their face, doesn't matter. Whatever she can get purchase on, just full force.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Roll an unarmed attack. Also note that you don't have your weapons right now, any of you.
Oh yeah.
I figured that was a given, but just to put it out there.
18?
Okay. So you headbutt this guy, and you get him right in the gut. He stumbles backwards with like an oof. And whatever the damage is on an unarmed attack, that's what he takes.
Seeing this other elf attacking, or well, headbutting somebody, I I would like to use my my weapon bond feature to summon my spear to me,
Okay.
please.
Do you have to roll anything for that?
Nope, it's just a bonus action to
Okay.
summon my bonded weapon to myself if it's on the same plane of existence.
Is there a like distance limitation to that?
I'm not seeing one. It just says if it's on the same plane of existence, you can summon that weapon as bonus action on your turn, causing it to teleport instantly to your hand.
Oh.
It's I technically can't be disarmed of it unless I'm incapacitated, which is I'm assuming how it got away from me. It doesn't even have a range on it like listed anywhere.
Okay. So yeah. If it teleports to you immediately, it is in your hand.
Cool.
I have a question.
Yes.
Am I able to cast
What do you want to cast?
Fog Cloud?
Sure.
Okay. Tam will see Davi summon her spear and immediately cast Fog Cloud, which is a 20-foot radius sphere of fog that makes everything heavily obscured. Just to make us less standing targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the fog's rolling in after Lark has headbutted that guy, I assume he's winded enough to be like doubled over.
Yes.
I'm going to try and squirm just like out of the way and like get my. I'm assuming our hands are bound behind our back.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and like get myself, like my arms out from behind me, essentially. Like, try and
Like
Try and
hook your
squirm-
legs through kind of deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Just to try and get untied.
Okay, roll dex.
Dex save or dex check?
Just a check.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. New dice and
Nice.
22.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You were able to bring them forward and easily get your hands out from the
Oh
bindings.
baby.
Mhm.
If I once I get my arms out from behind me, I know that there's fog now. I'm just gonna kind of try and find a weapon I can steal so that I can get loose, and 2, try and start getting some of my comrades loose. Finding a weapon is first priority, though.
I mean, there are plenty of soldiers around you.
Sure. I know that it's foggy though. That's why I'm not sure how easy it is
What's
to find.
the visibility on that spell?
The sphere spreads around corners and is heavily obscured. It lasts for duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles an hour, disperses it.
Yeah, you can't see shit.
No, but do I kind of have a general idea of where the guard that was behind me stumbled off to?
Yeah, he's still somewhere behind you.
Like, I'm going to just sort of turn around and try and find him and beat the shit out of him and take his weapon.
Okay. Someone else was ready to say something.
I was.
Yeah.
I think my best explanation for how Hercule would have ended up here would be him kind of wandering into somewhere where he shouldn't be, and being found suspicious for one reason or another. He would have almost certainly had Lemon with him, but would have sent her away or told her to be safe while things were going down. But once he was able to see, once they took the bag off, he probably would have been screaming for Lemon, being like, and also kind of shouting at the people of like, what have you done with her?
Okay. So, anyone else have anything they want to do before I move on to Lark beating the shit out of this guy? Yes.
Siobhan's been doing math in her head this whole time about what angle she would need up in her shoulders and collarbones to get enough strength that she could swing her arms back and pop. Can I make a strength? Can I make a strength check?
Yes.
$19.
Yeah, you are able to break out of your ropes.
And she's waving her hands like in front of her like there's a kitchen fire going on, and that's the kind of smoke that's going on. She just wants to see a couple feet in front of her. I don't think it's working.
As you do that,
It's not 10 miles an hour.
As you do that, you smack Hercule in the face.
Oh my god, what did I get? What did I get? And she's feeling, and she feels hard. Hercule, did I get you? And she grabs one. Don't move!
He's not fully there. He's very focused on one thing at this moment. So he probably stopped screaming while you hit him. And then Pi just continues on of, Limon! I must find Limon! Limon, where are you?
Shut the fuck up! Don't move! I have you. We are safer in a group.
Okay.
Thank you. And she lets go of his horn because she trusts that he's afraid enough of her to not move.
He definitely is.
Yes, Lee.
Okay, so in Orlesian, he's going to yell out, "We are not the enemies. You know not what you are doing."
You hear someone behind you that says, "You expect us to believe a mage?"
I turn around and cast Chill Touch.
Okay. You can't see exactly where this guy is.
I hear his voice.
You do hear his voice.
Or I reach out to wherever he's at.
Just roll. Do you have to roll to hit on that one?
That's a cantrip.
I'm gonna make you roll to hit because you don't know where he is.
Okay, that's fair. So fair, bestie. So bear. So bear? So bear. I'm so sleepy.
I can bring in a bear if you really need me to.
That'd be great.
A bear ravages the camp.
Changing that.
Oops, you're in the hinterlands.
Okay, does a 15 hit?
Let's find out. Yes. So, how much damage does he take?
Let me look at this. Whoa. 1d10 necrotic damage. And that would be, just 3.
Okay. You hear him, like, gasp behind you, and it's, like, one of those, like, really raspy, like, death rattle kind of gasps. He's still alive, obviously, but...
Oh, yeah.
Just very shocked. Also, you're still tied up.
Oh, that's so fair. I'm tied up, but I still touch him. I give him a little tickle.
Your hands are behind your back, he's behind you.
I give him a little tickle. Tickle.
Alright, anyone else? I know Sebastian had something.
Let M go first.
Okay.
I was gonna say, before the fog cloud goes up, like, whoever removes the hood from his head, he just kind of looks up and says, "Come here, orphan," and winks. And then once the fog cloud goes up, he's gonna just, like, really badly try to struggle out of his ropes. Like, if anyone could see him, they would probably laugh at him.
Is he used to the armor he's wearing?
No.
Okay.
He's not very good at it.
Okay.
I forgot to mention, he is wearing Templar armor. So, yeah, he's a little clumsy right now. May I roll something to wiggle out of the ropes?
Dexterity with disadvantage.
I was gonna say, that would make sense. I have rolled an 18 and a 19.
Damn.
I don't know why. Shouldn't have.
You're trying to get your ropes off, and you're struggling enough that the rope kind of, like, snags on a piece of the armor, and it just cuts right through it.
He's just kind of like... and then stumbles around, kind of trying to figure out how to get away.
Alright. Now, Sebastian.
I would like to wild shape.
Oh, of course. Please do.
Thank you. I, assuming that the way that wild shape works, I can kind of free myself as I go, because wolves don't have the same body parts.
Yeah.
In the same places. I would like to turn into a massive black wolf.
Yeah, you do that, yes.
Immediately howl.
Of course. You hear gasps from the crowd of soldiers as you howl. They're a little spooked. So, back to Lark. You turned and punched the guy, or did you... So much has happened. I forgot what you wanted to do.
She like while he's still trying to catch his breath and whatnot, she basically just strong arm tackles him to like knock him off his balance, knock him over, and then just punches the fuck out of him in the face.
Nice. So that would be another unarmed attack.
Oh, that one's not as good. That's
Oh,
a
I
10.
gotta move our name tags around. Hold on. That is not what I wanted. Nope, there we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just didn't want anyone to see the house when I adjusted myself.
Well, it moved you, so it's fine. I'll just move everyone. It's not hard. There's that.
Okay, I'm fine now. I'm a wolf. Right. A wolf.
And then there's Joey. And last one. There we go. Back to normal.
No, I'm nameless.
No, you're not. Not on my end. Okay. So, who's still tied up? Okay. Are you attempting to get out? I'm assuming Davi is with her spear. What would you like to do?
I think that probably trying to like use the pointy end to cut through the rope would
Okay.
probably be the way to do it.
Okay. So, because it's awkward and it's a spear, roll dexterity. Oh, Pike found a die. A d20. And she's going at it.
Just like straight deck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 17.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to slice through your ropes after some awkward fumbling. And you are now free. Alright. So now we've got Hercule and Zakane. How do you guys want to get out of your ropes? Or are you not even going to try?
I think he'd just lean over to Siobhan and be like, Siobhan, can you please cut me loose? I need to find out if they have limo.
Well, I can't cut you. Turn around. Keep going.
Yeah, so.
Slow. Okay. For the love of Andraste, don't move. And she starts to try and like undo this knot. It's just a puddle, essentially.
And you're doing it blind.
Doing it blind, just by feeling.
You're just untying it.
Just untying it by feeling. I could be making it worse.
Roll dex.
I don't know. What kind of roll?
Just straight dexterity.
That's gonna be a 7.
A 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We're
you
doing rosy rolls again. That first one was a 2.
So, you do end up making the knot worse. And Hercule, you feel as the ropes tighten around your wrists behind you.
Siobhan, and whatever you're doing, can you do the opposite? I need to get out of this fog.
What do you want me to do? Start to chew on it. I'm trying. I can't see.
Let me take a step back. Let me try one thing.
Okay.
So it's just behind his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a Konari. He's gonna try to just snap.
Roll strength.
Will do. Well, I rolled like shit, so that's a 9.
So you go to do it and you're so confident in yourself. You do it and it's just...
Wait. Hercule was never confident in himself.
Okay. You go to break up And it just, you can't even, like, there's like no space between your hands anymore because of how tight she's got it.
Siobhan, I don't think that worked.
I might hurt you. I might hurt you, but I need you to stand still, okay?
Okay.
I want to grab him by either wrist and yank.
You're gonna yank on what?
His wrists. Not in the way that I'm trying to break it open. I'm trying to stretch the rope enough that I can slip it over the leg, this part of the hand.
Roll strength.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. 5.
Oh, what?
A 9?
Okay, I thought you said 1, so I had to clarify. Because if it were a 1...
It's bad. It's not that bad.
You yank, and Hercule, it hurts like hell when she yanks on you.
Siobhan! Give up on the rope! Can you kick me out of here?
I would love to. The issue is, if you haven't noticed, we can't fucking see.
So we have not discussed, Kylie, exactly what mechanics are here, but according to some of my things on my sheet, I should be able to summon my companion at will.
Not in this instance, just this instance. We'll talk about it more later, but for this moment, it doesn't work. Mainly because of the things on the sidelines.
Things and stuff. Okay. We just need to retrace our steps. We walked up here, didn't we?
With bags. With bags over our eyes, we walked up here.
Do not think about the steps that we were taking. Here, let me try.
No. Because I thought I was gonna die. So I was not tracing my steps, no.
Well, that was your mistake then. Can I try to?
It was my mistake. It was my mistake. Oh, may the maker forgive me for not counting my fucking steps on the way to my death.
Can I try to have him think back to how he got walked up here and take the same steps to get off of this?
You wanna what?
You're thinking back to, like, how he got walked up. I'm assuming this was, like, they walked up some steps.
Yes.
Onto a raised platform.
Yes.
Can he think back to that and think about how far he went and try to go by feel to get off of this platform?
Trying to think of what you would roll for this. Survival? Survival.
What about intelligence?
Survival.
Why would you do that, though?
Because if anything, it's more
wisdom.
of a... Yeah, exactly. It's more of a wisdom thing than an intelligence thing. Did you make a ranger who doesn't know how to survive?
Except I rolled 20!
Nice. So yes, you can very easily retrace your steps, because you're blind now, you were blind before, so you can kind of, like, think of what you're supposed to be doing, where you're supposed to be.
And he's like trying to jostle as he walks, like just moving his elbows, so if anyone gets too close, he'll hopefully just kind of knock them in the head with his elbows since he's so tall.
Well, you probably bump into Siobhan.
Like, if anyone could see him, he looks real stupid.
You step out of the fog, and the entire Orlesian army is staring at you. Okay. Lee. You sapped some of that guy's health, and you're still bound.
Sorry, I could not find my mouse for a second.
You're good.
I'm going to cast Burning Hands and see if I can burn off the rope. And, you know, if anybody's behind me, if they in the cone, they getting burned.
Okay.
That would be with my modifier, a 16?
Okay. You are able to burn through the ropes, only just singeing, like, the ends of your sleeves.
But
Nothing major. And there's probably no one behind you at this point because he stumbled backwards.
is
when
it
you
within
sapped.
15 feet?
Oh, within 15 feet, yeah.
Alright. So, he makes a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 13.
He beats it.
Oh. Anything happened to him?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, you are all free. One of you is staring down the army. The rest of you are in the fog.
Oh, I lied. It's half damage. I
Okay.
just read it.
Which
Sorry.
is...
3d6. 2. 1. 1. 4. 2 points of damage.
Alright. So, what would you all like to do now that you are free and staring down an army?
I'm looking for signs that they have captured Limol.
Okay. What else? I'm just trying to buy myself time.
I'll find my stuff.
What'd you say?
I gotta find my stuff.
Yes, your stuff is important.
The Kane is
Um,
still trying to talk to the crowd.
Oh, you are? What do you... what-
Yes, he puts thumbs out. I was like, he has a French accent. I can't do it like Katie can. So
It'll be like
I'm
that
gonna
one
learn.
time we all
Don't worry.
like drifted into a southern accent for that one time we played.
Yeah. So just imagine I have a French accent. He goes up. The Emperor would not approve of this. What are you doing?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Slay. That's a 3.
Yeah. You stepped out of the fog, or are you just talking from the fog?
Talking from the fog because he doesn't know where they're at. He
Cool.
just knows that there's fog around.
A sentient fog. They all just... They kind of ignore you. You hear a couple boos from the crowd. And you hear someone yell, "Get on with it already!" And, like, referring to the execution. And, thank you, Rosie. Okay.
I'm gonna turn to like, wait, can we see each other yet?
Did you leave the fog? How long does the
Yeah,
fog
did you
last?
follow me?
Yeah, I followed you.
Okay.
I'm still semi-attached to you, I believe. I'm gonna like turn to the group and I'm gonna make that face that your mom makes when you're in trouble, but she's not gonna make a scene out of it in public. It's gonna be later. And then she's going to, from her side, point, because she's gonna try and make a distraction. I'm not here to tell you how to do your job, but I did want to talk about the efficiency of method. I'm an axewoman myself. Straight up beheading might behoove you better.
Some people, like, in the front go quiet for a minute. And then there's an uproar of cheers. As they all reach for their swords.
Good people of Orlais understand. Now, if you want to behead me, you are gonna have to catch me. I don't have anything on me.
You don't have anything on you. Just
Plus,
your
this guy in the
armor.
roundhouse kicks the face.
Okay. Unarmed attack.
Hallie, I'd like to add that I would like to get to a point where I can bite someone.
Yes. Does the fog just last forever, or?
Lasts for an hour unless the wind picks up.
Okay.
It's concentration, so if I get hurt, there's a chance it'll drop.
Okay.
But as a moon druid, my concentration lasts through my wild shape.
Okay. Cool.
I'm assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
It does hit.
I do. When pointy guy advantage, I just have to find him. Four points of damage.
Alright. So at this point, we'll say all of you are out of the fog. You've got the entire, at least good portion of the Orlesian army in front of you. You do hear some screeches from across camp that do vaguely sound like griffin screeches. But it's like all the way at the opposite end of the camp, kind of back where you guys came from. And at this point, the army's been rallied by Siobhan, who now is motivated to behead you all.
Tell them to start running. Not my fault that they can't listen.
Well, once Hercule hears screeching, he's running towards that.
Roll athletics.
That's 21.
Yeah, you just barrel through the soldiers, knocking them over with your big Kunari body. Just launch yourself to the other side of the camp towards the sound of her screeches.
So, question,
Yes.
now that the fog is gone and we're not blindfolded anymore, what does the terrain look like? Are we like in the woods? Are we in a field? Is there like buildings?
So it is, so kind of like, what is it, the Exalted Plains in Inquisition? Where it's like, kind of like burnt down terrain, but there is a very clear tree line, on like the western side. And the camp is just kind of like, it literally looks like one of the ones from Inquisition. Just to make it simple. And it's a pretty like gray day. It's towards the evening, so it's starting to get dark. Little chilly, but not too cold, because it's winter here and it sucks. I won't put your characters through that.
Mostly open, nowhere to like take cover and hide.
Lots of canvas tents littered around, some training areas. There are probably some like loose weapons laying around if you needed something, but otherwise like Orlesian flags all over, chantry, banners.
Are we in the Exalted Plains?
You could be.
I'm specifically asked, do Tam and Davi know where they are?
Nope.
Marble, do you know where you are right now?
Everything's the same, but Marble's a wolf.
Either way around, babe. Everything's the same. Damn, it's Marble.
Can I bite someone now?
Yes, absolutely. You can bite someone.
Larp's just gonna try and make a run for it while Tam is biting people.
Roll dexterity just to see how many people you can dodge. And Seb, what'd you get?
I didn't roll because I thought you were talking to me and I was really confused.
No,
Hold on a second.
you're biting people.
Is this a check or a save?
Let's go with a save. That would make more sense because you're dodging.
17.
Okay.
So I got a nat 20.
Okay.
So I won't use my advantage, which I get for pack tactics.
Okay.
10 points of damage.
Okay. Since this is level 3 and you're a wolf, like a really big wolf, you bite this guy's head clean off. And now you are covered in blood and gore.
Perfect.
Yes.
He's just going to stand directly in front of Davi growling and
Okay.
wait for her to take off running.
Okay. Lark, you are able to get as far as your movement speed is, dodging everyone in your path. Is everyone running, or is anyone still kind of staying towards the front of the group?
I'm staying towards the front because if anyone's gonna die today, it's gonna be me. I gotta make sure they get out.
Okay.
The Kane is still at the front because he's convinced he can talk to these people.
Do I see my things anywhere?
You do not.
What are the people around me dressed in?
As in the soldiers?
Yeah, like, are they Templars?
There are no Templars here. It's
Okay.
just Orlesian soldiers.
Do they have helmets?
Some of them.
I really want my helmet.
Yeah. Your helmet's with the rest of your stuff.
No.
It's okay, you'll get it. Just not this second.
I'm probably running.
Okay.
I'm running, but like I see someone really attractive in the audience and I stop and I just kind of look and then I keep running.
I love him. So, Zacane, you're still trying to convince these Orlesians to just to let you go, or
Do I have my mask on me?
you don't have anything on you, just the clothes on your back.
Damn it!
They likely
Okay.
found your mask.
So they know who I am?
It's possible that someone does.
Oh shit.
So that also answers Joey and I's question of, do we have our masks on us?
You do not. Which also
He-
tells you, Lee,
I'm
that
still stuck in Hercule's head because I'm like, masks? Like gold masks? What are you talking about?
so Lee, someone knows who he is, and they didn't care. They went through it anyway.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
That's so rude.
Mm-hmm. So how's he feeling about that?
Is it this early? I'm already gonna do a name drop.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Do what you want to do.
He stops. He's like, I am Zakane Dracon. I am your Oh, Sam knows who I am. Dracon. I am your heir. How dare you treat me like this?
The people in front just kind of like look at each other and then look at you. And they're like, this is bullshit. Basically. And one runs and swings at you. That is a 10 to hit.
Yeah, it does not hit, bitch.
Nice.
Dragon.
So he swings, and you are able to dodge out of the way. But clearly these people don't care who you are, or they don't believe you, or one of many reasons.
Alright. Then I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud. We're going cloudy again.
Okay.
No, we're not. That's a 4.
Okay. Isn't that... you just cast it?
No, it's just a casting spell. Okay, I failed.
You failed to cast it?
Yes.
There's no roll for Fog Cloud.
Oh, really?
Nope.
See, this is why I don't play mages. So just cast it.
Yes, so you cast it, and now there is fog all around you.
If you don't start running, I will use you as a human shield.
Where do I run? I can't see anything!
In the vague direction that everyone else ran. You have no self-preservation skills.
He does
I
not.
grab him by the
He doesn't say
shoulders,
that.
I adjust him, because I'm like generally activated, and I push really hard from the shoulder, like the way you push
A toddler?
Yeah, like someone who's not going to move their limbs voluntarily. Push.
Alright.
Oh!
He goes.
Alright, so let's go back to Siobhan. You still just holding off the army by yourself? Or what are you doing?
Well, now I can't fucking see. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to take about 10 paces back. And I'm going to adjust my body to where I just shut that child. I'm going to start. I'm going.
Okay. So,
I can't stop this anymore. I'm really sorry.
so did you guys kind of run together, or just all kind of spread out and just every man for himself? Kate.
I had a purpose.
You had a purpose. We know where you went.
Laura?
Has
Sorry, go ahead.
has Davi run yet?
No, she's staying with Tam.
So what are you two doing?
I think that when Zakane announced himself, that would have caught her attention, and she probably would have started walking towards him, but seeing Siobhan shove him away, and then like the fog cloud would have stopped her, and then trying to get back to Tam now in the fog cloud.
So you're going back into the new fog cloud.
Well, trying to make her way back to Tam.
Okay. He's like right by you though.
Okay. Yeah, she's not leaving without him.
Okay.
No, he's at her heels. So she starts moving, he's gonna follow. I have the wolf perception with sight and hearing bonus, so if I can lead us away from camp, I would like to. Now that she's moving and not just standing there holding a spear.
Okay. Just the two of you, I'm assuming?
I don't think that either of them noticed the other two elves. So
Alright, so you two book it away from camp. I'm gonna make you both roll dex saves to make sure you can outrun / dodge the soldiers.
I got a 20 total.
Nice.
14.
I lied, I forgot I was a wolf. I got a 16 total.
Okay.
No, 18 total. I can math.
So you both make it to the edge of camp. The rest of you kind of all end up in the same area. Hercule, you continue running towards the sound of your griffin. And as you get closer and closer, you do see her in a cage. And she's like prying at the bars, crying basically, jumping around, trying to get out. And next to her is a tent with the flaps just open, tied open. And you can see inside, there's a few chests and your weapons.
I'm assuming there's a lock on the cage?
There is.
Okay, he's gonna rush in and grab his crossbow and then try to smash the lock with the end of the crossbow.
Okay, roll strength.
No! That was a 1, so I ended up with a 4.
You got a nat 1?
Yes!
Okay. So you go to smash it with the butt of your crossbow, and your crossbow snaps in half.
What a great day for Hercule! Is Siobhan with me?
She's far behind you.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Oh god.
So you would have Evan and Lark with you, I think. At least in the vicinity.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are though, right? Like
You have no idea. You just see
no idea who they are.
you just see two elves and one of them is wearing Templar armor.
Are there any rocks near here?
Did we see the tent with our stuff in it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm definitely getting my stuff.
The only rocks around are like little like gravelly kind of stuff. Nothing that would be sufficient for this sort of thing.
Can I take the broken half of my crossbow and I slam it again?
You could make another strength check.
Okay. keep trying. That's a 13.
And that fails too. But the broken part of your crossbow remains intact.
Seeing this Kunari, so point in his favor, he's not human. Seeing the Kunari and then seeing the griffin struggling in the cage.
Oh, and he's the whole time is being like,
Yeah. Lark will try and just like shoulder him aside and try and pick the lock now that she has her stuff.
Okay. Roll, is it dexterity? Thieves' tools. Unless you don't have them.
No, I do.
Okay.
Look at Lark in total confusion.
I can math. 16.
Okay. You are able to pick the lock. It comes undone, and you are knocked over onto your ass as the griffin busts through the door and then launches herself at Hercule.
Just like holding on to her and hugging her. Like, oh, are you alright? Are you alright, my dear? And just like checking her over to make sure they didn't hurt her.
Lark will pick herself up, look at Hercule, be like, "Run, you idiot!" And then she's also going to move into the trees.
Oh, hey. Siobhan!
Evan, what are you doing?
I go get my stuff and kind of look at them futzing around with the griffin. Put on my Templar helmet and run. Very clanky, very loud running.
Very slow running.
Yes.
Yes. So then we will go back to Zakane and Siobhan. Where are you running?
And the direction that you pushed me in.
Siobhan, where'd you push him?
I didn't think that far. I just pushed. I can't see.
You can see now.
Toward the sound of the chirping and the squawking.
Okay.
So I can now see. Are they gone by the time I get to them? Like, am I that far back?
You see them as, like, they're running away from the camp.
Oh, you mean Hercule doesn't run until he sees Siobhan's coming.
Okay. So you're still there. You see Hercule.
For you. Siobhan! Siobhan, where are you?
I don't have the other two, but if it's anyone's gonna get left behind, those two, they can take care of themselves. We have to go. Is she all right?
I think so. Where do we go?
Why the fuck do you think I know where we're going to go? Into the woods. Into the woods.
Into the woods.
Going.
At this point,
he just kind of shrugs and starts running.
You can hear shouting of, like, they went this way, as soldiers are scouring the camp for you all now.
I'm looking for a large, but still throwable sized rock.
Not really around. But
I'm looking for something throwable to throw them off. I'm looking to make a
you have
a
access to
different...
the entire tent of confiscated goods.
Oh, right. Well, I'm getting my shit back. What's large in there that would make a clickety-clackety sound? That would sound like
one of the broken halves of Hercule's
Yeah.
crossbow.
There's probably some random arbor pieces in there too, like.
Oh, fantastic! I'm gonna grab a bunch of random arbor, and I'm going to get out and behind the tent. I'm going to remember as best I can the direction which everyone ran, and I'm going to pick up the armor and like try and get some spiral on it in the other direction, so it sounds like someone fell over there.
Okay.
What kind of...
So you do hear someone yell, "Stop!" And it kind of goes quiet. There's less armor clinking. And then you can kind of hear footsteps as they go in the direction of where you threw the armor.
And I'm taking off as soon as I hear sound that might cover the sound of me running.
Alright. Zakane, are you still following her? Did you get your stuff?
Yeah, getting my stuff. I
Yes.
gotta get my stuff.
You need your
It's
stuff.
expensive.
So all of you have kind of gotten out of the camp. But they're still shouting. You do hear someone yell, "They're over there!" As they see you kind of like entering into the forest. Davy and Tam, where are you guys in the opposite direction? Did you go to the woods?
I think that he would have gone to the woods.
Okay.
Pretty automatically. Did not stop to get their stuff, though.
This is true. You did not stop to get your stuff.
I don't have a hand to pick up my staff or my mask.
If I saw other Dalish things, I would take them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all run into the forest. And you can hear as the soldiers are still, like, running after you, getting closer and closer. Some of them are on horseback, allowing them to get to you a little quicker than the others. And then you hear someone call over to you. He says, "This way, hurry." And all you see is a hooded figure, just kind of like waving you over towards it looks like it's just a big cliff. Like a big, like, rock cliff thing. But as he reaches out, pulls aside the vines, you see that it is a cave. Hurry up! We don't have much time.
I go.
Y'all go in?
Are we in the same area, or?
At this point, like, the main group of you all kind of ran towards the same area. Tam, you would hear this as a wolf, and hear where the others are. So if you wanted to lead Davi over there, you could.
Yeah, with people chasing, and also given the fact that we know that on some level these people are enemies of Orlais, I will lead us in that direction.
Alright, so once everyone is inside the cave, the hooded person follows and makes sure to, like, fix the vines so they look a little more like they weren't just separated. The cave is dark. Those of you with dark vision can see enough, but the person who called you in snaps his fingers and lights a flame. And leads you all further into the cave. And I think we'll take a break right there. So, we will be back in like 15 minutes, we'll say? 15, 20 minutes? We are live again. Hello. There we go. And everyone's in the right spot. Cool. So, you are led into this cave by this mysterious person in a cloak, as all mysterious people are, and leads you further and further into the cave by the light of his fingers, until you can kind of see dim light at the other end. And when you step through, you find yourselves outside once more. But rather than being in the heart of the forest, you are in an abandoned village. Several of the buildings have been burnt down or are falling apart. It's clear to you all that the village was a victim in the war, essentially. There are no bodies around, but that doesn't mean there weren't any at one point. And the person keeps leading you forward towards one of the more intact buildings. Opens the door, walks inside, invites you all in. And inside, it's clear that he's been living here for a while. It's not dusty, not too terribly run down. There's a fire going in the fireplace, dirty dishes on the table, bedroll in the corner. And there's also a desk that is littered with papers and books. And once he leads you all inside, assuming that you all follow him inside, first of all, if you just follow random strangers into houses.
Can you tell if this person is elf, human?
You cannot. You just know that this person's a mage. Until you all join him inside and he removes his cloak and his hood, you see a human man with deep tan skin, long black hair that's kind of like pulled up in a like a half bun kind of deal. He looks at all of you and says, "You know, for a second there I thought I was going to have to go in there and save your asses myself." I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry. I turned my volume down earlier and didn't fix it.
And what exactly would give you the authority?
Did you want them to kill you?
If it meant saving them, sure.
I mean, I never said I was going to... sorry. I never said I was going to kill them.
I guess what I mean is, what makes you think they'd listen to you?
Oh, I wasn't going to have them listen to me. I was just going to fuck shit up.
Remains to be seen.
I mean, I did help you get away from them, at least.
True. Helpful and kind does not always mean proficient in the art of, as you call it, fucking shit up.
Well, I am but a humble scholar. I do what I can.
Gonna hit them with books, are you?
I mean, the magic helps.
Does.
Yes, well,
So,
my name is Atreus Thalracian, and he gives this very dramatic bow. Welcome to my, temporary living situation. And who are all of you?
Hercule just leans down into Siobhan's, like, near Siobhan's ear and just goes, "Siobhan, why are we following this strange person?"
because he doesn't want to kill us.
I couldn't hear you.
Because he doesn't want to kill us. And that might be the only person in a 25-mile radius. Fair enough for you.
Well, I guess I'll start us off. I am Zakane.
Pleasure.
It is a pleasure to meet me, isn't it? Sorry, that was a joke.
Funny. Well, I see the rest of you are probably not very keen on speaking with me, at least, looking pointedly at all the elves. And I can't say that I blame you, but just
Wolf.
know...
Thank you.
Oh, yes. Wolf.
Bloody wolf.
Bloody wolf. I will say I am on your side. Fuck your legions.
Hercule makes a terrible coughing sound.
That does get a little bit of a tail wag from Tam.
Siobhan, I fear I am not welcome here.
Well, it's not your fault you came from a colonizing country, however. You're gonna have to learn to roll the punches, because people don't like the frogs.
I am not a frog.
It's an expression for our legions. Because of the sound.
I have only been called ox before.
Not racial. Just
So
good
it's
fun.
all Norwegians?
Most are.
So I am a frog?
If you want to be, my love.
I will think on it.
Excuse my company. Not really the most social group of people.
I see.
You kind of get that when you're in a rebellion.
Yes, you did all almost just die too, so I'm sure that plays a role in
It's
it.
another Tuesday for us, love.
As a warden, I'm sure, but I'm not so sure about these others. Not to make assumptions.
Well, if you're under an oppressed occupation, it's just another Tuesday.
Fair enough. Must say I'm still a little unfamiliar with the South, but it's growing on me. Sometimes literally. I found some moss in my hair the other day. It's quite odd.
Vinegar will fix that.
Oh, good to know. Good to
And
know.
the general,
Oh, it wasn't. I don't think it actually grew on me. I think I just walked into something
No.
and missed it.
the general living in a cave smell.
I mean, I don't live in a
Well, you
cave. I
open-
just passed
you
through
leave
the
an open
cave.
bottle of vinegar over in that corner. Sorry. I haven't always been a warden. For what it's worth. Thank you for saving us. I'm assuming you want something out of it. What is it?
Oh, well, nothing at the moment. Really, I mean, you could help with my research if you'd like, but
Can I drop wild shape?
yes.
So he it's like, you know how fluid Morgan's shape changes are?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same. He just kind of unfolds himself from the ground into a still blood covered person. He goes, right, well, as fascinating as this all is, did anybody find a big stick with a green crystal on it? I need that back.
I silently hold it up in my full set of Templar armor.
I'm not sure if Tam has ever seen Templars. But he will hold his hand out for his staff back.
I'll drop it in your hand. Nod.
Thank you very much.
Atreus goes up to Evan and is just kind of like very scrutinizingly looking him over. You're not really a Templar, are you?
What business is that of yours?
I've just never considered that they would take elves. I mean, if they are, that's quite progressive of them, but it's still unexpected.
He takes the helmet off. Well, you didn't have to go traveling like that, did you?
I'm sure they already knew.
Probably, but there's a lot going on. It was a bit hectic.
I mean, yeah. There was a lot of fog. You guys like your fog. Is that a southerner thing?
We'd pretend for as long as you wanted us to, dear.
Ah.
And
Alright.
no. First time I've encountered fog came out of a person.
You're very strange.
Aye.
Says the man in the burnt down house.
Oh, this is temporary. I wouldn't live here if I had other options.
I'm not judging. We've lived in some interesting places before, but burnt down village, not really my style.
I mean, it's safe. Safer than being out in the woods. Near an Orlesian camp? Yes, it is much safer.
Until they take it.
Well, they already did that. As you can see by the burned down village.
That's destruction, not taking. If they wanted it and they came back.
I mean, they already took everything worth taking.
Except the land.
Perhaps, but... well, they haven't come back since. Trust me, I've been keeping an eye on them.
Who exactly are you? What you doing here?
Atreus Thalrassian, scholar of Minrathous.
Yeah, your name doesn't do much for me.
That's to be expected in the south.
Should it mean something?
Not here.
No, but the city should.
Minrathous. You've heard of it then?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been?
No.
Oh, my condolences. It's quite a lovely city.
As you can gather, I like elves. I don't like what happens to them.
I don't follow.
A bit racist up there.
Ah. Yes, that is an unfortunate side effect of our history. Especially being so close to Arlathan Forest. But I assure you, I have nothing against your wonderful people.
Not personal, just...
Hercule makes a terrible coughing sound.
Not her people.
Well, when he said it, he pointed to you guys, the elves.
Do you want a handkerchief? Back there.
Siobhan, I don't think he's going to like me. I think I should go.
Is he alright? It is very strange to see one of your kind so far south.
He just stares at you nervously.
It's how the... part of the job.
Oh,
Take on
of course,
horrible
wardens.
disease. See Thetis. See a griffin, maybe even ride it.
Well, you do have one with you. Beautiful
Meanwhile,
creature,
you're
by
below-
the way. I would like to study her, if I may be so bold. Maybe...
Oh, the moment you
With-
said it, Hercule just take a big step in front of Limon.
Of course, with supervision and your consent. She's a lovely creature.
Would you hers too?
What did you say?
And you would need her consent too?
Oh, of course.
When you go to have her smell your hands, do it at the back of the hand. She'll bite.
Hercule kneels down and is he's been brushing her during this, making sure she's okay, and pets her and is speaking softly into her ear, kind of half in French, half in English. And he suspiciously turns back around. I think she would be alright if you would like to.
Of course, I will allow her as much rest as she needs, considering the ordeal she's been through. What I'm saying is, I do not need to do anything now. Whatever she decides.
Alright.
You're very timid for such a large man.
just still just stare at that.
Yeah.
I would like to start looking through his things.
Okay, are you being sneaky about it, or are you just going at it? Okay.
I'm not looking at like aggressively. I'm just kind of like curiously looking through things like a bored child.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in specific?
I still don't understand who he is, so.
Okay. So, glancing around at some of his papers and stuff, there's some books about, like, the history of the area, some stuff about Andraste, some drawings of armor and weapons, and just, like, hand-drawn maps of the area.
Of like the area we're in?
Yes.
Oh,
Like, a very small area. Like, he clearly, like, started with the village that they're in and then kind of is, like, branching out from there.
Can I add this?
Hold on, you sneeze. It's gone. Oh, it's my cat's fault. So he looks at you and he's like, I'm still working on that.
I'll just make a copy. And I'll sit down and start trying to copy it.
Alright. Go ahead. Well, I'm sure you're all very tired after the day you've had. I don't know how long exactly you were captured, but I will make a pot of stew and allow you to rest, if that is agreeable to you. Good.
Help. I'd like to help.
Of course. Would you like to chop or stir?
Anything where I can keep my eyes on it.
I promise you, my lady, I have no ill intent here.
Oh no. Caves are disgusting.
Yes, you're quite right. I assure you, I am the epitome of cleanliness.
The ceiling's not.
Yes.
I mean, I guess it would add some.
I would not
smoky
feed it to
flavor,
you
but I
if
don't
I
think
would.
anyone would like it.
I would not feed you if I would not eat it myself.
Sweetheart, I'm pulling your leg.
Okay. You are going to be the death of me. Well, I will get started. Please make yourselves at home, make yourselves comfortable. Soup will be on momentarily. And he kind of wanders over to the room kind of behind you, where there's a kitchen area, and just starts cooking away. So I will give you guys time to interact.
Hercule immediately wanders off. I mean, not like far, but he like leaves the tent because he wants to be outside with Limon, and he's just out there. I think he would probably find a spot a little bit of ways away and maybe just sit with Limon and maybe pull out a book.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
I think Lark would have grabbed the other two elves' stuff, like whatever Evan didn't grab, she would have like grabbed like their packs and whatnot.
I'd say I grabbed like any like outward items, so like weaponry or like a mask or things of that nature that were not in a pack.
Yeah, and then if there were packs that looked like maybe they were Dalish made, Lark would have grabbed those. Which she will walk over to the other two Dalish, who she does not know, and just offer the packs. Offer them back their things.
Thanks. Tam will take his, actually, he'll take them both and kind of push Davi's towards her and then open his and dig through it to see that everything's there. It looks like he might be looking for something in particular, but and then he will shoulder it again and he'll kind of Tamers.
She'll nod back and be like, Lark.
So I can kind of figure out why we were collected, but what's got the Shem turning on themselves?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, the Qunari I can kind of understand.
He's kind of like looking around the room, specifically given that Davi and Tim were still at the execution site when Zakane gave his proclamation, is watching him fairly closely, even as he talks to Lark.
Lark is keeping an eye on the vent. She's just gonna look at Tamras and just be like, the fuck is a vent doing here?
Oh.
Same thing they always do, probably taking what doesn't belong to them.
I think they got along with the frogs, so, like, is this like a scout for a worse incursion? Are we gonna have to deal with even more crap? You're not gonna eat what he's making, are you?
No.
Okay. Just making sure that no one like got hit in the head or anything.
Not that hard. I'm Davi, by the way.
Do you recognize the armor? And he's gonna kind of like gesture towards Evan, like a little bit confused. I have decided, has never seen Templar armor before, but it seems to mean something. And he's also never seen a Dalish elf wearing armor like that. At least not from his clan.
Lark shakes her head. She doesn't recognize that particular armor. Like, she recognizes that it's heavy armor, but like other than that, no, this is not a thing that she has seen. I rolled for it. But she's not shy, so she'll just walk up to Evan and she'll be like, so what's with the armor?
What's with your face?
Above table here. Is Evan has Valislan, right? Did I miss?
No, I have Valislan.
Okay.
It's just come back. Have I finished copying what is on the map? Roll.
Roll. I don't know what to roll for. Just do a straight 20.
17.
you have finished. It's not as bad as you might have expected. It's fairly decent, but it also was a pretty crude map to begin with.
Got an outright question, you can ask it.
That was my question. I don't recognize this style of armor. What's the armor?
A Templar.
You just see a blank look on her face. Like, she hasn't gone that close to humans. Like, I think she doesn't recognize that there's something specifically to counter mages.
They're the Divine's holy forces. They specifically target mages and elves currently.
So they're assholes.
Yeah, you could say that.
But you're an elf. Why would you target other elves?
Well, I'm not a Templar.
Are you in disguise? Is it a protection thing?
I'm kind of a self-traveler, and so when I'm around the Shems, I have to pass somehow.
Speaking of disguises, do you happen to find a couple masks in that pile that you found our stuff in?
I'm gonna ask you about those, and I'll pull out the masks.
Tam will reach for the wolf one. It is a wooden wolf mask with some like inlaid design into it.
Certainly Dalish.
Yeah. One of the only things I got left.
Of? Yeah.
He's gonna tie it on, but he leaves it kind of like on the top of his head rather than over his face.
So what you make of the situation we're in?
I think it's safer here than it is out there.
For now.
Marginally. I mean, 4 of them are half an army. I can do some damage, but that was a little much for me.
Certainly easier to face the Shems when we're in our own turf.
Easier when they don't know you're there.
So how'd they catch you?
Turns out they don't appreciate their things being set on fire. Tam has positioned himself so he is between even the other elves and Davi. I need our Zoom to stop freezing.
Insight check. Natural 1. I don't know this.
You don't know shit.
Both boy bloody.
I think Lark would recognize the protective bit and would back off enough just to kind of give him and her space. But she's also positioned herself in the room that she can keep an eye on the humans who are in the room. just to keep an eye on them.
What are said humans doing currently?
Chopping and stirring at the same time. I have not let him.
I hope you froze.
No.
Oh, there you are. So,
What are you doing down here?
are you talking to me?
Mhm.
Okay. He looks over at you and he says, "Well, I'm doing research, specifically looking for a particular Tevinter artifact that was taken from us during the time of Andraste.
Any idea what it is?
A weapon of some sort. I believe it's a sword, but the things I can find about it are very vague."
You down here of your own accord? Or did somebody send you?
I mean, the College of Magi sent me to, or granted me permission to go forth and do my research. It's a sabbatical of sorts.
So you're 100% sure this thing actually exists?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I was worried somebody was putting you on.
No, we are certain it exists. Based on my findings, I believe that it was in Valbroyo, but with how things went there, it is likely in the hands of one of the clans. I've tried making contact, but for good reason. They are a bit wary of a human. So I am trying other methods at the moment, focusing more on finding out exactly what this thing is before going to them again.
You maybe tried going in, not immediately asking for something.
Oh, I didn't. I simply was trying to make contact with them and they chased me off with arrows.
Here.
It is, yes. What brings you to these war-torn parts of Thedas?
I go where they tell me.
What'd you say?
I go where they tell me.
Oh. Suppose that makes sense, but what interest do the Wardens have in this war?
I'm in the business of helping people.
I see. Well, it's a good business to be
Neutral
in.
party. The Wardens.
Yes.
Take anyone. Like I said,
Okay.
hard to get people to agree to having a debilitation disease.
Is that what it is?
Ish.
Ish.
Best way I can describe it to you.
Alright. I
A
will...
pox. Takes over the years. Better if you die on the job.
Yes, I can't say I've ever envied the Wardens, but you do a good job. Do good work. Thank you for ending the Blight, by the way. If you had any involvement in that. Ah, well. Thank your comrades for me. Quite a good thing they did.
So,
Yes. Would you like to taste the soup? I'm not sure if it needs anything. I must admit, I'm not a very good cook.
kinda why I tried to take over.
You're very welcome to. I will admit defeat.
I have a secret for you
Oh?
about the Grey Wardens.
Please tell me.
For the first year, you live on nothing but tree bark and mushrooms.
That sounds
And you absorb
horrid.
their power.
Power of tree
Feel
bark
yourself
and mushrooms.
by grounding yourself to your environment as we are stewards of the land and all that. It's also why my teeth are so flat.
I feel like you're bullshitting me.
Mm-mm. Go out in the woods, you eat bullshit. You're sick most of the time anyway.
I'll take your word for it. I like to think I'm a bit better at foraging than that. I mean, I don't eat bullshit, for one.
You get to do it. I don't even understand why I'm here to begin with.
Well, you
But,
have time to think about
I
it.
got taken in the bar fight.
A bar fight. Did you win?
I walked away in handcuffs.
Brilliant. Must have done some major damage then.
Yep. Well, heard the guy call someone a knife ear, and now he only has one ear.
That is poetic justice. I quite like you. And he turns and adds a little salt to the soup and stirs it up quick.
So, like I said before, what's your angle?
Angle?
You helped us. What's your after instead?
Well, I told you why I'm here in the first place. If there's any way you are able to help me with my research, I'd be grateful, but again, not necessary.
Well, gives you a small scale practice, maybe talking to a couple of Dalish people and understanding how to talk to them not the way you talk to the other ones, I guess.
Yes, I realize the wisdom in this. It's a work in progress. And honestly, that's partially why I wanted to help. I was hoping I could get some understanding of the culture.
There you go.
Not through force, obviously, just talking to people. Honestly, it's been quite a long time since I've spoken to anyone. So, this is quite nice.
You know, my first year as a warden, I couldn't talk. It makes you mute. I'm sorry, you're really easy to fuck with.
I'm learning quite quickly that it's hard to tell whether you're shitting me or not. But if it
Well.
makes you smile, I will put up with it.
You know I'm old enough to be your mother, right?
Do I look like I care?
Let's table this.
Alright. Lee, what's the cane doing?
Sorry, hard to find the mouse. Or the cursor, I mean. So, okay, I think he's going to go to Hercule? How do you pronounce, Katie, how do you pronounce his name? Oh no! He's being approached! Danger! Danger! Hercule, yes, Hercule. And he's gonna, bonjour mon ami, ça va? Ça va bien?
Bien, bien, bien. So, I've never seen a Kunari be a warden. What called you over to it?
Well, um, well, um, uh, uh, it's a bit of a long story. But I suppose the short version is I walked into some darkspawn.
That's it.
Yes. I I walked into some darkspawn and Warden came and I was injured and then I became a warden.
Fascinating. What are darkspawn like? I've only heard tell of them, never seen them, as I'm sure you could obviously tell by my striking physique. And he tries to strike a pose, but he is not muscular. He's a scrawny boy.
Yes, yes. Well, I suppose you are lucky. You have not had to see them. They're quite horrible. I try to stay away. Me and Limon, we work with the other griffins, and this is how I spend most of my time. Yes.
They're remarkable creatures, griffins.
Yes, they are.
Did you raise this one as a cub? What do you call baby griffins?
Oh, I have not been with the wardens long enough to have raised her since she was that young. But when I was brought in to help with the griffins, Limon chose me, I suppose. And she has been with me ever since.
Fascinating. That's quite interesting. And I have another question. What the fuck is going on right now with this war? I was in a circle and I came out to come back home and now everything is shit.
I am very sorry. This sounds rather unpleasant. I do not know that I have answers for you. I do not know much of what is happening myself. I find it all very confusing, and I just take care of the people the griffins I'm supposed to take care of, and I go where I am told. Were you? I assume from your accent that you where was this circle that you were in?
The circle, it was in Kirkwall. It was a private academy for how do you say, affluent mages.
Oh.
It was more like a boarding school than anything.
I am afraid I do not understand much of what happens to mages or what magic is like. My family and the people we were with, magic is not considered a good thing. So I just, yeah. It's not considered a good thing with my family either, so we have that in common.
I see. I just need to know I need you all to know that throughout this entire conversation, every so often, like when he pauses, he's like looking back at the page he's on. I'm looking back up. I'm looking back at the page.
Period.
And, like, continuing conversation.
Period.
Just to know, like, I'm not gonna lose my spot. Is he going to keep talking to me? All right, I will keep talking. All right.
Well, since you've answered my questions, I shall leave you to reading.
Désolé, I do not mean to be rude.
Oh no.
I am not usually the one doing the talking.
That is fair. That is fair. Well, I'll leave you to it.
But I hope things improve for you.
As I do you.
He just goes back to his book.
Alright. Is there anything else that y'all want to do or talk about or anything? Because then I will end session there. And we'll come back next time. Think about why your character was captured by the Orlesians. It's not that it's important, but for story, if you feel like it. But yeah. Good session, y'all. Good to have you back. Good to be back. More Dragon Age. I am really excited about where this is gonna go. And I hope you guys are too. So, yeah. I'll end the stream there.